Hey there, hello there, welcome back. This is Dina with Empressivewarrior, and I have my cards are just talking like crazy today, so I'm going to go ahead and get another one in, and I will apologize in advance. The dogs were playing. I've got two new puppies. So today's episode is brought to you by the power of peanut butter. The girls are slurping away on their treats and peanut butter in their toys, so I'm going to try to get this one in here. We do have a couple of cards laid out here on the desk. We've got Alchemy with Sacral Chakra and the Divine Masculine, which to me talks about our ability to choose to embody and take action in a different way, from a deeper sense of self-worth and belief in something. So it's like we're able to help something, to alchemize something, or to be the catalyst for something. So let's say this is in a dynamic or an organization, then we are the missing piece that comes in and creates some type of chain reaction. And so this can be us coming in and disrupting an order. This can be us and coming in to establish some kind of order. So there's all kinds of ways this can be playing out. So keep your situation in mind. We've got a few more cards to go through. The shamanic deck then brings out three together. It starts out with the circle. So this is why I'm getting this group energy again, but it can also be you working with spirit or working with other energies, working with past relationships, whatever comes forward for you at this time. The 8 here, and it could definitely be for many of you. We've just gone through the 8-8 portal. This is still August of 2025 here. You can watch this in a timeless fashion, as I always say, but the circle here is like that portal energy that happens in this case, showing all of those hands. It's like it can be at the same time a push from spirit and many people working together on a specific, like a soul contract, a group soul contract, where there are many individuals working towards some type of a common goal that then you are alchemizing some chain reaction here based on your ability to not only see your own inner worth, but because you see your inner worth, you see the inner worth of others. And for this reason, you can stop people in their tracks sometimes and make situations tense for other individuals when you are either calling something out, bringing something forward to the group. You see things in a different way, perhaps. And so you've put somebody in this sweat lodge, I feel, and maybe it's been your higher self putting your so-called lower self in this sweat lodge, like really reconsidering different aspects of your experience right now. And so you've come to a standstill yourself because there's stagnant energy within a group or within your own inner process that you're trying to sweat out the impurities and cleanse the system here. There's something about salt also, maybe even a salt cave. So I'm seeing also with the next few cards coming out, we have Star Seer with Luminescence. One moment, baby girl. Look at those two there. It's the ability to uplift others because we see the light in others, the luminescence. And so our alchemy is causing us to shine forward in a very powerful way. And it's resonating with whomever we're working with at this time, because Whale Song really talks about the song, the soul song that speaks forward, and another individual then hears it and it creates an alchemical response within another. So you may have this type of invocation worthy voice, or like your song is a prayer, uh, something is calling through the ethers. But I'm seeing you being somebody who is uplifting the situation. You're uplifting someone in particular. uh, you're standing tall and in this huge essence of self. It's like the universe is even lifting you up because you see the potential in all. You're being enabled to gain this celestial promotion. So apparently the peanut butter is only a temporary fix. The last card that came out in the pre-shuffle is the overflow. I believe that with this resonance, you are resonating so deeply with the other realms that you are creating this detox release in others. Others may be crying, or you may be having these emotional releases in your own system. It may be important to do some water therapy like swimming or salt bath, any type of deep soaking bath or shower. And behind whale song is this hollow bone teachability. So we'll pause for the cause. So they're loose, the dogs, that is. We'll see if this holds. So let's move into this handwritten deck. I wanted to get some energies and see what's up in more of a specific way. So within this, let's look for the highest messages that we can convey right now to create clarity around this situation. Let's talk first about the people that you're resonating with. What types of messages are you bringing to other individuals? Oh. You're reminding people that intelligence is usually humble, and that when somebody knows a lot, they don't usually rush around trying to prove something to others, because ignorance bellows and boasts, but true knowledge is usually aware of what we don't know, which is the Dunning-Kruger effect. So there's somebody in this situation that you're probably calling out for being ultra confident but not doing the work behind the scenes. It says you are awakening parts of them that they thought were long gone. So this is very interesting, because with this whale song, oh, and rattle behind that, you're really coming in and shaking loose something and moving around the molecules to have this teachability moment. It's like people may have been caught up in something. And it says there's somebody pretending not to watch you winning. So that's interesting. I think that you just have a winning personality, and that because of your ability to tap into the light, others can sometimes feel that you're boastful. But it's not that you're boasting and bellowing. What you're doing is you're just being yourself. Yeah, you come out as informed, experienced, articulate, born to lead. But somebody doesn't want to follow this. You're coming up embodied presence, potent, larger than, quote, life, and cosmic. Exactly. You're out here seeing the best in other individuals, and that makes others want to be around your light. And because you're very truthful and justified in the and the things that you do give your attention to, you have an embodied presence that's larger than life. It's the potency of not needing to spend your energy talking about other people, for instance, or worrying about what other people are doing or saying, or what others have and what you have, and comparing and contrasting in that way. You worry about yourself, and you, in that way, reclaim all of that energy from wasted efforts and projection and manipulation, and you keep all that essence and energy for yourself, and that's why you're winning, and that's why you're larger than life, because you have this cosmic presence. You are embodied. Good job. So let's see, anything else that wants to come forward here? What about this circle? We have one popping out ahead of that. Yeah, this came out earlier, the Hearse story. Take your proper place in the grand scheme of things. And there's 3 goddesses here. I'll give you a shot of that if you want to look them up. Hypatia says 360 to 415 AD. She was a philosopher, a mathematician, an astrologer, a cosmonaut in her own time. And she was obviously in a society where she was one of very few women in history that has this powerful story. Hestia, I wrote Lasso of Truth. It's also the one called out in the Wonder Woman series, but she's related to Vesta and the Hearth Keeper and the Sacred Light Keeper. And Hatshepsut, however you say that, is an Egyptian pharaoh goddess, and she's depicted with the masculine signs of the beard, but they use feminine pronouns for this goddess type pharaoh energy from 1507 to 1458 BC. And that feminine pharaoh was said to not go wasting their energy going to war with other kingdoms and trying to have conquests and enforce laws and rules. This one spent a lot of energy increasing trade and working on diplomacy, things such as that. And I think what we're talking about here, as I drop that on the floor, somebody here is much more able to lead in that type of a manner here, where other people are still busy at war with themselves and at war perhaps with what they project onto yourself. Let me grab this card here. Yeah, under the deck I'm seeing here, ooh, witchy woman. So reassess your reasons for busyness. Prioritize your goals. Go, go, go. So I'm seeing that with this circle. Like, there's no end to the asks that other places, people will place upon us when we're always willing to be in our highest and helping things to evolve. And people can appreciate this lasso of truth, how we bring truth to a situation just by being in the room. It's like, some of you may have a very expressive face too, where when somebody's talking, if somebody else looks at you while they're talking, they can almost tell if you're like, oh, it did not happen like that, or like, oh my gosh, that ego over there is gonna push me out of the window over here, something like this. It's like people can almost have this telepathic responsiveness to you because of your genuine nature and how they can resonate with this very potent presence that you are. And so you call the bullshit out on other people, witchy woman or masculine, because you know some things, and that's what's up. And so your alchemy is helping others to see themselves in you because they haven't seen themselves in this false leadership style that's been evidenced through history. It's like something's been either whitewashed or misogynist washed or something here. We have popping out the animal whisperer. You can see energy in different ways. And so with Animal Whisperer, it's almost beyond just the animal kingdom. And you have the ability to witness what is being whispered to you from spirit, like directly in your ear. This person's insecure. They're not mad at you. And so you're like, all right, I don't need to react to them. They're not really mad at me. They're just being short with me. I can set a different boundary than I would if I was coming through the lens of victimization or taking everything personally. So Animal Whisperer, I took that in a different way than I intended, but it's all true and all the same. But Animal Whisperer, above and beyond that, is the ability to subliminally witness emotionally the impact of certain situations and discussions and language that's used between people, because you see the light code behind the language. And it's as if you're somebody who studies the languages of the world and beyond, and the ways that they influence things, like saying good morning, for instance, but mourning also being a word for grieving and lament and loss, perhaps, and saying goodbye, the closure. So, grand rising, all of these things. It's like Animal Whisperer is like tapping into the primal, prehistoric evidence that was the symbol behind the word, and stitching together your alchemy based upon the ancient, I'm seeing the cave drawings now, based upon the ancient symbol language of your people or other people. So hieroglyphs, studying sacred texts. It says surrender your ego fears. If you've had something, a gift of yours that wants to step forward and be shared with the world, there's a surrender that needs to happen to push through and to believe in yourself in this way. And it may take some way. Changing up the recipe for me is recognizing that in the pantry, in the cupboards of your Akashic heritage and in your alchemical repertoire, your skill set includes everything that you need. Hey, girls. Now the big dog is in the little kennel with the little dog and her peanut butter treat. Okay. I think you're a little big for that kennel. I'm going to let her she's getting out. Changing up the recipe is about recognizing you have all the tools at your disposal to shift any type of outcome based on how you plug into the situation and what you give back to it and what you're willing to receive and integrate within your own system. We also have this catalyst mantras coming back out again. You might be having some type of mantra stepping forward where Spirit's working with you to move in new directions and to change up the rhetoric of a group or so on. Like saying, well, we don't have money for that. You can change that up and say, I'm going to see how I can work out manifesting that into my world. Your simple solutions, affirming words, and common sense handling of complexity makes you highly sought after. So don't get it twisted. Don't let others tell you that you're out of bounds. You're bringing up the brainstorming stuff with this. It's like this luminescence that you are, the greater that you encompass and incorporate this higher mindset, you are being able to overflow with ideas and energies and essences that other people are not privy to. The dogs are going to go a little nuts here in a second. We've got someone getting home off the bus. Yeah, there's overthinking, stress, and nerves. You make people nervous. What do you see? And oh my goodness, can she see within me or he see within me? Somebody wants to come back around, but they're wondering how you see them because you hold yourself and others to such a high standard. But you are unconditionally loving, and so you're truly able to. Hang on. All right, so we also have with overthinking, stress, nerves coming out here, an overlooked opportunity perhaps to connect with another individual. It says your smile lights up my world. So somebody is thinking really fondly of you. So I don't know if this is within this group, you really lighting up the group dynamic and bringing something back to life, the spirit of a place or a people. And yeah, you're bringing that really hit me in the sacral chakra. There's something that you're really bringing the energy and the spirit back to a place or a people. Lose yourself in the moment. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to go, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You gotta go. Yeah. So I'm also getting here, detox that calcified pineal gland. Maybe you need a media fast, more sunlight, more meditation, perhaps more fresh, raw, whole foods in your food, in your pantry, so to speak, because you've got all the ingredients to come up with a new recipe. Bring it into your kitchen. Frequency therapy, perhaps, for anyone, binaural beats, dancing, singing, personal expression in any way, like creatively using your energy, clarifying something, more hydration, perhaps. Some of this learning, growth, and diversity expression. So maybe just getting out into a new environment or taking yourself on an adventure, and perhaps in conjunction with the meditation and things like that. You know, there's something about on location energy here. Maybe you're, oh yes, and it comes up with all of these other people. So in some way, you may be getting out into various different groups with many different other individuals, or with one group, that group getting out and moving across different areas, or in some other way putting yourself into group energy, into the public eye, gaining some type of recognition in this way from the social community. So maybe some of those names were relevant to you. We've also got veiled insults. So not everybody's going to love us within the group, right? But that's no reason to stay at home. Let them be pushed away from the circumstance instead, perhaps, and stay in your vibe. It looks like there's so many people that belong with you in this resonant type of situation here. Yeah, teachability. The people that are growth oriented and open minded, they are looking to be curious about you, where judgmental minds will be looking to tell you about yourself. Maybe that's a clue to figure out where your alliances and allegiances lie. It says, my love language is activated. I'm ready to pour into you. So that's beautiful. So being around the right tribe, they're not going to sit there and have these veiled insults. They're going to be affirming you and speaking to the highest within you. Yeah, because what you've been dealing with is some level of intimidation tactics, but you've remained spirit-led through these chaotic times. You've really had this true north within you, and so it's like the whirlwind's going around you and you're the grounded one at the center. So you remain passionate and intense, and you don't have to respond in lower vibrations. You've got that stuff alchemized, and so your passionate intensity comes through very, very intentionally, I'm hearing. And you are, I mean, the way that you handle yourself is to the next level, and it's making smoke come out somebody's ears in the public eye. So it's not that you want to or are trying to make somebody look bad. it's just because of your embodiment of the higher vibe, you're making somebody look like who they are. Healthier choices, and it's written all over your DNA, baby. You remain undefined by past trauma, current holdings, or by old or public opinions. It's like you can go out there and hold your head high. You don't care what anybody has said about you. You know, these people out there on Facebook wanting to talk or whatever about, oh, well, such and such is talking about me. Well, let them talk. That means you're remarkable. You know, there's another Eminem song coming through about that must, yeah, that must mean, oh, that's what it was. They find me disgusting. That must be mean I'm, oh, that I keep screwing it up. So there's something lost in translation. Yeah, everybody always wants to discuss me. So that must mean I'm disgusting. Anyways, he's a lyricist no matter what affiliation he might have. I don't know. I don't pay attention. I'm not a social type pop culture person. There's something that's spicy or bland here. And again, with the recipe, you're adding something to the mix. You're the alchemical wild card, I'm hearing. And so you can bring whatever on demand because you are so incorporated and so integrated with all of the multiple shades of all of the waves of every type of wave function out there. You're in tune and aligned with clarity in such a way that you can perceive of things like lickety split, composure, and blind trust. You trust the universe to show you what you need to be shown. You trust yourself to stand in your integrity and not need to be like, well, I never said that. That's the thing. When somebody's super defensive, it kind of shows that they have some type of either insecurity or something to hide. And when somebody is confident and secure, they are more like, well, why would you say that? That's not the way I see the situation. You check for understanding. So somebody's making some statements and to the wrong people, I think, within this circle. They're trying to badmouth you, and it's going to make them look like the low vibing, wounded person that they are. And it's going to hopefully help them to make a shift, but we'll see. Yes, whatever you said has shocked the shit out of somebody. You are the pattern interrupt. And for some of these people, you shocked them into a belief in the higher minded, higher heart, loving resonance that is like integrity and in your wisdom. There's a bold declaration that you've made recently, and you said it like you meant it, or you're ready to make this. But ultimately, this is going to help you build bridges in this situation. Yeah, there it comes out again. Ooh, witchy woman. See how high she flies. Yeah, you're some type of mediator within some type of a conflict needs to be resolved here. 4444. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. It's like you don't mind expressing yourself fully from a very deep and emotionally intelligent position. It doesn't make you feel vulnerable, so to speak, to be in your integrity and speak about feelings in the right way. It's like when people are like, well, if you're sensitive, then you just need to get over it, is a very flippant and disrespectful way to say, I don't really care if I injure other people. You need to get over yourself rather than me looking at myself and wondering why I'm out here giving people negative vibrations and pretending like that's something meaningful for them, right? It's like, why would we speak to the lower of anybody? And even when we find ourselves in an elevated position, morally, ethically, in our integrity, like can happen, when we reduce ourselves to getting back at those people by speaking to to slander or gossip or conflict energy, we've kind of need to slow our roll too and pull back from that temptation to slide down that slippery slope of judgment. You know, it's just accountability and that high heart, and that's why people are resonating with you. It's that integrity that speaks so boldly and clearly, and it just slices through the bullshit in the room. Yeah, and in this way, you are clearing the deck. You are overwriting these old Akashic memories and cache memory in systems, like in systematic socialization and programming that people have undergone. You are able to defrag all of these faulty downloads or encryptions or codes that got spoiled. There's another word for it. Yeah, broken chains, and you're repairing the DNA chains within other individuals' Akashic memory and rewriting their history so that they can choose for a new storyline, a new timeline, and a new future for themselves. Apologies. So yeah, detoxing and upgrading the system. And on that note, it looks like the dogs are taking us out, saying it is time to get out of here and play. So take care. Sending you guys so much love. Check out the description box for the August 2025 only personal reading deals. 20 minutes recorded for $22.22. Sending you love. I'm out.